Hello guys, just making another tutorial video. In this video we will see how to make use of the Google Forms application and how to collect data from the registered people or customers or students or whatever it is, and then how to send automatic email response to them. Okay, so let's dive into the program right away. So first of all, you need to have a Gmail account because you're going to use a Google application, so obviously you need a Google account. Okay, so we will open up the browser. Okay, now I have already logged into my account. Okay, and in your Google account, in your Gmail account, or wherever you log in, on the top right corner you will see the Google Apps icon. Okay, so you'll have to click on that and it shows various Google applications here. Okay, so now here you need to go to Google Drive. So the Google Drive will open up. Okay, and here I do not have any documents yet because it's a new account. Okay, so first of all we need to create a file here in Google Drive. So we will be able to create the Google Forms and the Excel sheets for follow-ups and create automatic messages through the Google Drive only. So here we are in the Google Drive page, and on the top left corner below Drive you will see new and a plus sign there. So you'll have to click on new, and then you see the Google applications list here. So click on more and you will see the other Google applications. So all the Google applications are here now, and you will see Google Forms. Okay, so you'll have to click on Google Forms. Now it tries to create a Google form. Okay, so we have to give a name for this form. Okay, so let's name it as a test form. Okay, so that's a test form. So form description, just a test, or you can give whatever the description you want. Okay, so next is you will have to start creating the questions for which the people should be giving in the answers to create the form. Okay, so you can create any number of questions, and let's create a question now. For example, here let us say email address. Okay, so when I say email address, it automatically selected a short answer. Okay, the answer can be a long answer also, it can be a paragraph, it can be multiple choice questions like yes or no. You can choose the answers, so many other options are there. So here we are going to use only short answer and maybe multiple choice questions in this tutorial. Okay, so Google Forms automatically selected short answer here. Okay, it does select automatically. Okay, now we selected the email form. So in order for the Google form to collect the email address and to reply it automatically, there is an option here called enable email collecting settings. Okay, so you'll have to click on that, and here it became you can see a red asterisk next to the email address. That means it is a compulsory required data. So without giving this data, they cannot submit the form. Okay, because now it says this form is collecting email address. Okay, so the email address is a very important criteria for this form because it has to reply through the email. Now it is started collecting. So the first point is the email address. So the second point. Okay, so now I can say, for example, full name. Okay, so it automatically selected a short answer. Okay, here I can click on required. Okay, so if I click on required, that means this data is compulsorily required to submit the form. Okay, so if I do not give the full name, I cannot submit the form. If I click on submit, it will say you did not complete the form. Okay, if I turn this off, then this does not become compulsory. So even without giving the name, I can still submit the form. Okay, so for example, let me keep this on. That's a full name. So one more question. Let's see, telephone number. With country code. Okay, so again automatically it selected short answer. If you want to keep it required, you can put it required, or you can put it off, any ways you want. So let me add another question. For example, country. So again it selected short answer, so I will make it required again. I will add another field. I will ask them, are you interested to join our online sessions? Okay, so that's a question. Where is, okay, question mark, right. Okay, now the Google form automatically selected multiple choice. You can do that manually also. So if you want, you can give it a short answer. Now in this case, I want a multiple choice question. So the choice number 1, I will say yes, and choice number 2, I will say no, or choice number 3, I will say maybe. I'm just showing you an example. Okay, so this also I will make it required, so compulsory. Now we have made 4 fields. One is the email address, one is the full name, one is the shorthand telephone number with a country code. Sorry, I didn't type it there. Okay, so the next detail is the country where they are staying in, or we can say country of residence to be more precise. Okay, and are you interested to join our online sessions? Yes, no, maybe. Okay, so this is the thing, and you can change the theme of the form. You can change it to any color you want. You can upload a photograph or a graphic image which describes your form better, like if it's a school or if it's a an online session or whatever you want. You can meddle around with it. It's easy to do. You just have to experiment with that. Okay, these are the theme options. So next what I will do is I will go to responses. Okay, so in responses it says create spreadsheet here. This is the icon. This is the Google spreadsheet. So this is a Google form, and this Google spreadsheet is a different application. So if I click on this Google spreadsheet, what it will do is it will start collecting all the details of these registered members here, and it will put it in the Excel sheet. Even if you don't put it in the Excel sheet, you can see it in the responses here. Now it says 0 responses because there are no responses yet. It's a new form. So whoever creates here, all the responses will be coming up here. It will be showing here. You can see the emails, you can see the numbers, you can do everything here. But we also want it in Excel form, so it's much easier to look into it. It's a better way. So I will say create, and then I'll say create a new spreadsheet for this form, test form responses. Okay, so then I will click on create. Okay, but it says spreadsheet linked. Okay, so if I go to the Google Drive again, okay, here you can see the Google form is created and the spreadsheet is also created. So if I double click on the spreadsheet, okay, it will have all the fields. First is the email address. It is working, let it work. Okay, the work is complete. So first is the email address what we gave, next is the full name, next is the telephone number with a country code, next is the country of residence, next we asked, are you interested to join our online sessions? So these are the details we asked them for. Okay, so and it also created another column here called the timestamp. So it will show on which date and which time did this responder register on our form. So these are going to be collected here. Okay, so for now the spreadsheet is also created. So we will close this form and the spreadsheet for now. And in the Google Drive also, it is always better to create a folder first. I forgot to tell you this. It's better to test folder. Okay, so and then you can see this folder is created, and it's better to put these 2 files in this folder. It's better to keep it in this folder so that it doesn't get mixed up with other forms and other spreadsheets, then it becomes difficult to find it out. So you can create a folder and then put these details in there. And now we have to go to the Google form again. Okay, now we want to create the auto responses. For now we created the form with the fields, and then now we have created the spreadsheet which is going to collect all the details and store it up for us for easy access to look into it. But now we have still not made the auto response email. Okay, so what we need to do is you need to click on the more option here on the top right corner, and then you will see add-ons. So there are many applications which you can add on to your Google form. You can experiment with that, you can study it. There are a lot of applications, but we are looking into an application where we want to set up the auto response email. Okay, so here Google itself has created an application for that. There are many other applications, many variety of things it does. You can just study it. There are many YouTube videos, tutorials available. You can go ahead and check it out. So here is the form notification application published by Google itself. Okay, this is what we want to install. So we click on that, and then it gives the description here. Okay, and here you see install. So we need to click on install. Click on continue. Select the correct account where you want it to be installed. Okay, and click on allow. So it will install this add-on to the Google Drive of that specified account. Okay, now it says form notification has been installed. Okay, it's cool. That's what we wanted. So click on done, and then go back to your forms. So this icon will appear here. It's called add-on. This was not there before. Only up to Teams it was there. Okay, so when you install the add-on, this icon will appear here. So you'll have to click on the add-on. So all the applications you have installed under add-on, all the add-ons, for example, will appear here. Now we have only one add-on here, which is called form notification from Google. So we click on form notification. We say, okay, open form notification. Okay. Form notification is open, so it just takes a little bit of time for the first time when it opens. Okay, so it says loading configuration. Okay, so here you need to set up all the required details for the auto notification email. So notify on form response. If you turn this on, whenever a responder registers on your form, you will get an email. Okay, so at this point of time we don't need it, because all the details are going to be collected in the Excel sheet, and we can come and look into it whenever we want. If you want it, you can get yourself notified, no problem. But what we are interested is the thank you email, which is a response. Okay, so we click on thank you email. Okay, automatically or by form. Okay, so if you click on by form, you have to select the field email field. But here we can select automatic, because if you see, it says collect email address, enable collect email address under the form settings in order to collect the responder's email address. So here we have already enabled collect email addresses. Remember that the first thing we did in this form was to create this field with the email, and then we enable the option to collect the email addresses. If you do not do that, you cannot send an auto response email. So that is very vital to do that. So please do that. So auto response, send a copy to, we don't want to send any copy to anybody. So notification email subject. So there are 200 characters which you can put in the subject. So you can say thank you for filling out our form, or whatever you want, or thank you for your online registration, for example. Let's change it. Thank you for your interest and online registration. Okay, now next is the body of the email. So a maximum of up to 5,000 characters you can type. So here you can say, dear sir, madam, whoever is registered, and then you can type the email. You can type whatever you want. Okay, so it can be details about your sessions, it can be details about your product, it can be details about anything. You can just put in your details here. You can put in your YouTube links or whatever you want to communicate to the responders. Okay, so in this case, for example, if you're going to do a Zoom meeting and have an online class or an online session to teach something, then you put in your Zoom details here. Okay, so I can say below are the Zoom meeting details. Hope to see you in our sessions. So then you can say thank you team. So this is the email. Okay, but remember, this is editable one, so you can type whatever you want here. Okay, so then you click on save configurations. Now it says saving configuration. Okay, successfully saved the settings. Close. Okay, now let's go ahead and experiment whether this is working properly. Okay, now if you want to send the Google form, you have to click on send. On the top right corner, you can send it as an email. What I usually do is I copy the link. So this is the symbol for the link. Okay, and then this is a very lengthy link. I don't know why there are two options for a lengthy link and a short link. They should have kept it only short link. So I click on shorten URL, so it gives me a shorter link. Okay, so I can copy this. I can send it to many people in the email. I can send it to WhatsApp, or I want to post it on Facebook on my page. I can do that. I have copied the form link here, so I will go to the browser, a new tab, and I will paste it here. Okay, so it will take us to the Google form. Now we are in the Google form, not as an admin of the form, but as a responder. Okay, so here it says test form, just a test. Red asterisk means required, so it is asking for an email address. So let me put in an email address. That's my email address. Okay, full name. Okay, I put in my full name. Next is the telephone number. I'll just give a dummy number. Okay, with the country code, country of residence. Okay, where do I live here? Okay, I live in Kuwait. So, and then are you interested to join our online sessions? Okay, then I click on yes. So I have filled in all the details. Now we gave only four or five fields. You can put any number of fields. You can keep on adding. Okay, that's up to you. Then I will click on submit. Okay, it says your form has been recorded. Fine, that's it, finished. So this is what your responders will see. Okay, now we have submitted the form. Okay, now you can see here in our form, it says one response collected. Okay, so if I go there, it will say who responded, email, full name, telephone number, country of residence, are you interested to join? Okay, so how many ever people are going to register, it will all pop up here. Okay, but we are more interested in the spreadsheet, so we will go to the spreadsheet. Okay, we'll open the spreadsheet. So in the spreadsheet here you can see the timestamp. Today is the 20th of July. The time when I registered is recorded here. It will record for every registered person here in this column. So the first column is the email address. It picked up my email address, my full name, my telephone number with a country code, country of residence, current country, and are you interested to join our sessions? So it picked up the details. Say for example, 100 people register at one time, you know, everything is going to pop up here. So we don't have to manually sit and type all the registered details here. But it was very, very useful. I used to do this manually before. It was a big headache. So with Google Forms, it has become very, very easy. So this is how you create the form. You send the form to others, collect the details into the Excel sheet. And this Excel sheet, you can always open it up on your mobile or your PC, laptop, and you can check it whenever you want. And the most important thing is we need to check whether the registered person got an auto response email from us. Okay, now you should remember that we have not manually sent any email to anybody now. So I have registered as a new person, and let me go back and check whether I got an email. Okay, so here it says me because I sent this email to myself. So thank you for your interest and online registration. So if I click on the email, it says, dear sir, madam, thank you. Below are the Zoom meeting details. Hope to see you in our sessions. Thank you and my team. Okay, so you can see that the registered person got the email address with whatever detail you want to send them. You can send them the Zoom meeting details, you can send your class details, you can send your YouTube links of presentations or whatever you want. You can it's very easy to communicate. So even if 100 people register within a 5-minute time of span, all those 100 people will automatically get the emails. So it's a very, very, very useful application. So and this is how you do it. It's very, very simple. The first step is you go to your Google Drive, you create the Google form, and then make sure that the email address is set to collect email addresses for this form. Without that, the auto response will not work. And then you create the form, and then you After you create the form, you have to go to responses and make the spreadsheet available. Then it will create the spreadsheet on the drive. You can always open your spreadsheet and you can see all the details. And whenever a person is going to register all his details, especially his email, he is going to get notified automatically by the auto response email. Okay, so this is the spreadsheet. Again, sorry, it was not opening up. I don't know why. This is a spreadsheet. So it collected my email address and it gave an auto response email. So this is how the system works. So hope you had learned something new today, and hope it will be helpful to you. And if you found it useful, please pass it on to others who would like to learn. Thank you guys. Bye. Take care.